Gregory stars as bowlers hold sway on manic day at Canterbury. With no play possible on day one, leaders Somerset will hope to make early inroads into the Kent batting order as they opted not to contest the toss and put the hosts straight in at Canterbury. It looked like a very wise decision when Jack Brooks trapped Dixon in front in the second over of the morning. And it turned into a double blow for the Championship leaders when Craig Overton removed Denley in the same fashion in the very next over. Crawley and Bell Drummond held for a brief period as they edged a few boundaries. But Bell Drummond's luck ran out when Brooks trapped him in front with a fast and straight one. Coon came and went as he made a mess of one that nipped away from Jamie Overton and could only edge it behind. And Crawley was joining him in the pavilion just 4 balls later when he pulled Gregory straight to Brooks at square leg to leave Kent 5 down and in all kinds of trouble. Robinson and Blake dug in for a spell before perhaps deciding attack was the best form of defence on this wicket as Robinson stroked consecutive balls through cover for 4 off Gregory. And suddenly the boundaries were coming thick and fast for both batsmen as they added 33 in less than 4 overs. 2 more stylish 4s for Blake off Abel brought up the 50 stand as Kent fought back. Robinson and Blake took their side past 3 figures before Gregory made a crucial breakthrough for Somerset when he got one to nip away from Blake and take the edge, with Jamie Overton taking the catch at slip. And with Kent not yet having added to their score, Gregory produced another beauty in his next over that nipped back to smack Darren Stevens bang in front. Grant Stewart hit back with a couple of stylish boundaries in the final over of the session, but Somerset will feel very satisfied with their morning's work as they reduced Kent to 121 for 7 at the interval. And it didn't take Somerset long to make the breakthrough after lunch as Gregory removed the danger man Robinson LBW with another in-swinger. Stewart was able to flay Brooks away for a couple of well-timed boundaries, but he became Gregory's latest victim as he claimed yet another 5-wicket haul by rearranging Stewart's timbers. And Gregory made it 6 in the innings just 4 balls later when he sent Milne's middle stump flying to claim career best figures and wrap up the Kent innings. Abel and Azhar Ali made their way to the middle to begin the Somerset reply, but the Pakistani batsman was soon on his way again when Darren Stevens pinned him plumb in front. And their start went from bad to worse when Hildreth edged Podmore behind to Robinson in the next over. Banton hit back with a pair of boundaries off Stevens, but Abel was on his way as the game continued to move at pace when he was trapped in front by Podmore. Bartlett got off the mark with a wild slash for 4 off Stevens before inside edging behind off Podmore. Stephen Davies counter-attacked with some sweetly timed boundaries to take his side to the safety of tea at 66 for 4, but with the pitch looking like it was doing plenty, Somerset would need to knuckle down to erase the deficit of 73 in the evening session. They made a good start as Davies stroked Stevens through the covers before Banton found the boundary from consecutive deliveries in the following over. Before Davies brought up the 50 partnership with back-to-back 4s of his own as Somerset went on the attack in the final session. But with batting looking easier than it had all day, Davies was furious with himself when he couldn't resist having a poke at a wide one from Milnes and was caught at slip by Coon. Banton became the first batsman in the match to reach 50 with some stylish boundaries off Podmore and Stevens. Banton and Gregory looked poised to take their side into the lead as they both picked up a 4 off Stewart, but with the scores level, Banton was gone for 63 when he picked out Milnes at mid-wicket. And 3 balls later, Stewart struck again when he bowled Craig Overton with a jaffer. Gregory responded by smashing Podmore over cover for a maximum to move his side into the lead, before following it up with a pull for 4 as 15 came off the over. But he played across a straight one and fell LBW to Milnes soon after. And in the next over, Stewart bowled Jamie Overton in the most bizarre fashion as he tried to kick the ball away from his stumps. the game continued to move at furious pace when just 2 balls later Milnes wrapped up the innings as he trapped Leach LBW. That meant Kent would have 12 overs to face till stumps as they began their second innings 30 runs behind. And the pace of the game showed no signs of letting up as Gregory continued his brilliant bowling day, trapping Crawley Plum LBW in the 3rd over of the innings. Dixon was able to put away a couple of half volleys from Brooks as he tried to see his side to the close. But Somerset struck again with just 2 overs remaining when Jamie Overton produced a corker that seemed a way to bowl Joe Denley. Night watchman Podmore was able to survive the final 2 overs as Kent closed on 24 for 2, still 6 behind with 8 wickets remaining after a manic day at Canterbury. Somerset defy weather to claim stunning win as Kent collapse at Canterbury. After a manic second day in which 22 wickets fell, there was hope that there could be a result in the game at Canterbury if the weather gods were kind, and after rain delayed the start, play was able to get underway on day 4 after lunch with Kent 2 wickets down and still 6 behind. Night watchman Podmore was able to nudge his side into the lead with a series of 2s as 8 came up off the first over of the day. But the night watchman was gone in Brooks's next over as he was trapped LBW by a swinging delivery. Sean Dixon found the boundary for the first time in the day, but Gregory struck twice in an over to give Somerset a real sniff of victory when he had Bell Drummond caught by Craig Overton for a duck before removing Coon just 3 balls later in the same fashion. And Overton made it a triple strike when he had Dixon caught by Hildreth with the first ball of his spell, before Gregory struck again with the first ball of his next over to take the edge and have Blake caught by Jamie Overton at 3rd slip. That made it 4 wickets in just 13 balls and meant Kent were just 10 ahead with 3 wickets remaining. Ollie Robinson and Darren Stevens were left to rescue the situation, and they responded with a pair of contrasting boundaries. But they couldn't hold on for long before Craig Overton pinned Stevens in front, and the writing was on the wall for Kent when Stewart was on his way 2 balls later as Overton removed him in the same fashion. The end came mercifully quickly for Kent as Gregory claimed his second 5-wicket haul of the match when he had Robinson caught behind to bowl out Kent for their lowest total in 70 years. Kent lost an incredible 8 for 35 in the 15 overs of play that had been possible, leaving Somerset needing just 30 to win and tighten their grip on the top of the table. They would be looking to knock them off quickly before the weather had another chance to intervene, and they began fast as Abel found the rope from the first ball of the innings and followed it up with another 3 balls later as 13 came up from the first over bowled by Podmore. Somerset were closing in when Ali sent Stewart to the rope twice in consecutive overs to move the scores level before he clipped him for 1 to complete a stunning 10-wicket win for Somerset. That meant the leaders claimed 19 points as they tightened their grip on first place, while Kent must make do with 3.